right, you ready? Let's do it.
All right.
Hold on. It's good.
Today, I have singer, songwriter, producer, and gospel artist, and founder of a nonprofit, My Name is Peaches, Miss Monet Miller, on Miles to Mogul. Hello, people. Hello, Monet.
Hello, hello, hello.
You are full of energy today. We go way back, though, right?
Way, way back.
Like high school way back.
High school, yes.
Like What's Up Jaguars, high school, LBJ, Science Academy way back. What? I mean, okay, so for you today, what was your day like?
I had an awesome day. So I went to a conference called Mission Driven.
Okay.
It's put on by an organization that helps nonprofits gain talent and get volunteers, get funding, set up their organizational status, and, you know, kind of hone in what their mission is.
Right.
So My Name is Peaches. The Music Foundation is kind of new, so I went to kind of interact with some other people doing some nonprofit work, and I made some good connections. So.
Wow. So you're just starting this up. My Name is Peaches, correct?
Brand new. Just started the beginning of September.
The beginning of September.
Yes.
So today you're also telling me you got your domain name.
Yes.
You're filing your 501(c) paperwork. Is that how you say it?
I'm getting it done. We are going to set this up right.
Okay. So with that being said, because I know a lot of people are out there, some people want to start nonprofits or they've thought about starting nonprofits. How has the process been for you thus far?
Well, I mean, so far I just started like today. So,
I don't know. I mean, you already have a whole write-up on it, everything.
Well,
you got your your social media.
Okay.
You set your foundation. So it's not just today. Don't lead these people in the wrong direction and think that you just woke up yesterday and said,
I didn't just wake up yesterday. Okay, do you want me to start from the very beginning?
Yes, I need a little bit of something.
Okay. So I released my first project as a gospel artist in 2009.
Okay.
And during that time, I was having trouble, finding places to minister outside of the church walls, which is what I felt was my calling.
Mm-hmm.
And so me and my husband, we came up with a platform for gospel artists to minister outside of the church walls called Gospel Jam.
Okay.
And so Gospel Jam would set up events either in restaurants or coffee shops, even bars, and, we would bring gospel music to where the people are at.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Because not everybody, contrary to people's beliefs, just go to church every Sunday and sit there. Like, some people, you need to bring it to them.
You need to bring it to them. And so we would set up a series of events called Gospel Jam. And it was a real big success, I would say, in Dallas because it got us places to interact with other artists and, get my music out there and help other artists kind of get their music out there. And I felt like we were giving back to the community. And so after we stopped doing that, just because, funding kind of ran out and like the burnout thing happened.
It happens, yeah.
It happens. And I moved to Austin due to health reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to get back into my music.
Okay.
So I had a new project come out last year. And then I started doing events again.
So when did you move back to Austin? What year was that?
I moved back to Austin 2013.
Okay.
Maybe.
Got it. That's fine. Nobody knows.
Maybe a couple years ago. I don't know. And then I released a new project, and then I started doing events again.
Okay.
And that's where My Name is Peaches Music Foundation came about. It is going to provide a platform for artists that are doing original music. So not just gospel music like we were doing with Gospel Jam. It's going to be all genres of music, and we just want to bring the music to the people and, kind of discourage this commercialized, mindset that music has to be all about the dollar bill, you
Right.
know, and lose the artistic expression of what music is. Because can you put a price on, you know, how a song made you feel? It made you cry. It made you laugh.
Right.
You know, can you put a price on that? I mean,
Can you
it's
put a
an
price on
emotion.
somebody's passion? You
Yeah,
can't.
exactly. You
So
can't do that.
It's the equivalent
so
to that.
The point is to provide a platform for artists that are, you know, just need a place to express themselves and not necessarily how are they going to eat next week or something.
Right. And you guys are also going to provide music marketing, brand management, consultation,
Yes,
event
all
planning
of that
services.
all goes into how we provide the platform, because the platform doesn't necessarily have to be a concert. It could lead up to a concert, but before we get there, we have to do all that brand management. We have to do the marketing, you know, which is how are we going to get this music to the people? That is marketing. And it could be in the package of a CD, or it could be a playlist, or a T-shirt, you know, anything. That's your marketing. And then the brand is how are we making this consistent image, and it's going to stick in people's mind, just the same way Coca-Cola can come out with a new drink and we know people gonna buy it because it says Coca-Cola on it.
Right.
That's the brand.
And this all grew from your passion.
Yes.
So how did you go about finding your passion? Because I've noticed just in everyday life, some people don't even know what a passion is for them. And they're just living this everyday mediocre life, working a 9-to-5. So how did you, Monet Miller, find her passion?
You know, it just fell into my lap, I guess. I just started doing stuff. I'm a lifelong learner. Ever since I was in school, I would always try to find ways to learn new things and express myself either through music or writing. And it just kind of grew from there, just from talking to people and thinking about, like, well, what do I enjoy doing? Because when I graduated college, I had no idea what I wanted to do because I had a degree in biochemistry. And, you know, people are like, ooh, yeah, that's
super smart woman. Yeah.
Biochemistry. Yeah. But I was like, but what am I supposed to do with that, though? Exactly. So,
pick up a guitar. That's what you did.
Exactly. So actually my day job is in clinical research, which is also a passion of mine as well. And a friend of mine was in children's cancer research. And so thank God I'm not in that, because I just wouldn't have the heart. I would be so sad.
Right.
You know, if something was to happen to a child. But right now, I'm at a clinic where they do HIV prevention and treatment research.
Got it. So that's your job. You're like your 9 to 5.
That's what I make money at. You know, this other stuff is all nonprofit.
It's all love.
It's just, you know, because I love doing it.
Right. But you just said too that you're passionate about your other job. So
I'm passionate. I have lots of passion. I just have a passion to give and to love and to serve.
Okay.
You know, that's really what it's about.
And you're one of the lucky ones, because a lot of people, no, I'm serious. A lot of people are just living life, not sure what they want to do.
Yeah.
And they're just going from job to job.
I change my mind all the time of what I want to do. Do I want to be a songwriter? Do I want to be a producer? Do I want to start a foundation? Do I want to be a research coordinator? Do I want to write a book? I mean, and I want to do it all.
But the difference with you is action. You know what I'm saying? Like, the difference with you is action. That's what sets you apart from other people that are not successful.
Yes.
It's taking the action. A lot of people come up with ideas. A lot of people say to their friends, oh, we should do this, or we should start a business together, or, you know, we should start a podcast, or whatever the case may be.
But they never do it.
They never do it. So that the word that is missing in most people's vocabulary is the action part, because anybody can come up with ideas. You've been to an art museum.
I can be an idea factory,
right? You've been to the museum with a friend or something. They're like, oh, I could have painted that, but you didn't. You know, I could have sung that, but you didn't. You thought about it. Yeah. So what would you say makes you different? Like, why is it within you to act upon these passions that you do have, or these ideas that you come up with?
I think it just is that satisfaction of seeing the final product, and that's what drives me to get it done.
Okay.
If the final product is not going to be anything substantial, then I probably wouldn't even waste my time even thinking about it. But when I'm dealing with music and art, the final product is something that is going to be, it may inspire somebody else to do something, or it may, be the song that they needed to hear to encourage them, or let them know everything is going to be all right. And so that's why I love gospel music, because of the positive message.
Right.
And the history behind gospel music is all about the stories. In my very first church that I grew up in, they didn't need the screens with the words on it. And, they didn't have to practice for 4 hours. They didn't have a praise and worship team. And they didn't have the lights and the cameras and all that. No, they didn't need all of that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying my personal testimony is I don't need that to praise God and worship Him. I love devotion, where, just the deacon or whoever has a song in their heart can sing something, or, pray, or say a scripture or whatever, and have it happen organically, and it's not this production.
So you saying that I can be in church and start humming, and people can just...
I get on right with you.
I'm gonna need you, because I can't do that by myself.
Yes, that's what it's about. It's about the community, and it's about the storytelling. That's what I love.
Absolutely. Do you think that it's important for people to live out their dreams, to have a fulfilled life?
Of course. I mean, what is our purpose here? Is just to go through life doing your 9 to 5, hoping that you got some coins at the end of the rainbow,
coins?
To retire on. I used to work at Fidelity Investments and their 401k department, and it was very sad to see people live their lives all the way to retirement, and they may have $20,000 at the end of it.
Whew.
And I'm like, you're not going to make it 6 months.
Oh, my God. You had to give the news like that?
Yeah. I mean, it was rough. And so, I make it a point to invest first in myself.
Okay.
And then I invest in the people around me.
The people around you.
Yes.
So how do you select the people around you?
Well, sometimes they select me.
Okay.
I remember going to a conference for clinical research, and, I was just chilling and sitting there with my laptop or whatever, and people would sit right next to me and just start talking. Mm-hmm. And so me having that exchange with them is an investment.
Right. Absolutely.
And so... they take that information and they can do whatever they want with it. But, hopefully they did get something out of that exchange. And, maybe they'll share what they learned and I'll share what I learned. And it's a ripple effect.
Right. Do you have a circle now that you depend on?
Oh, yeah. I have a circle of 2 people.
2 people.
My mama and my husband.
There you go. That's all you need, right?
Yes. That is really all I need. They are my team.
How did they serve a purpose for you? When you were raised, do you feel like she gave you no limitations, that you can be whatever you want to be?
Yeah. I mean, my mom was very encouraging for anything that I wanted to do. If I say I wanted to be an astronaut, or I wanted to, take over the world, she's like, okay, well, give me a checklist so I can know how to help you do that.
Oh, that's so encouraging.
Yeah. So there was really no negativity, regardless of, even today, I tell her probably every week I'm going to do something different. And she's like, okay, well, what would you like me to do to assist you?
I love it. That's how my mom is. That's important, because we're always changing. We're always evolving. And if we were the same, we wouldn't really go anywhere. We would just stay in one place.
Exactly.
So I feel like, we chose these parents when we came here. We're just like, okay, this is the parent I need to get where I'm trying to go.
Exactly.
And they're a blessing, honestly, because some people don't have parents like that. Some parents will tell you, go get your 9 to 5, baby, save your money. You'll have $20,000 left, like you said. It'll last you 6 months. You'll be okay. You know what I mean? So I think that's great. And then as far as your partner, your husband, you said that you've known him for how long?
I have known my husband for 14 years, and we've been married 11.
You've been married 11. So for you with that, like, did you think it was really important to choose somebody that would also support you in your dreams and aspirations?
No, not at the time.
You weren't thinking that in detail at the time?
No, I think I just had to have a little faith that this was the right one for me.
Right.
And we kind of grew together since we've been together for so long. Mm-hmm. He knows I like special projects. And so, initially it was me and him against the world. Mm-hmm. I mean, it still is. Right. To an extent. But as far as getting all the details together, he would rather stay out of it.
Got it.
It's probably for the best.
So he's more of like your support system then.
Yes.
He's not like really hands-on in the midst of all your projects. It's more like that supportive partner that you might need.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, home is nice. I like home.
She said, I like home. All right, let's talk about, too, you have another thing going on, too. I think you called it, was it Gospel Vibes?
Yeah, Gospel Vibes is a brand that I came up with. It's going to be a subdivision of my nonprofit. My name is Peaches. Basically, My Name is Peaches is providing a platform for original music, but Gospel Vibes is specific to gospel music. Okay. And the originality of it. So I have a Spotify playlist called Gospel Vibes with Monet Miller. Mm-hmm. And on that playlist, I put on there artists that I love. It's a personally curated list of gospel music.
Personally curated, honey.
Yes. Hand selected by Monet Miller. This is the stuff that I be vibing to. So that's why I call it Gospel Vibes. And then also, too, I have a showcase that I do where if like they're having a church anniversary or something, but they're going to do it outside of the church walls. Okay. That is a stipulation that if I come in and bring my resources to put on an event called Gospel Vibes, or it's, a sponsor of that event, it needs to be outside of the church walls. And that's it. And I'll bring in the artists and DJ, promotions, all of that will be taken care of.
And you have a Gospel Vibes event coming up September 15th?
Well, September 15th is when I had the first one in Austin. And
then, that is my bad. I am so behind on times. So September 15th, you have one in there. That's okay. Hey, look, I'm so behind. Don't judge anybody.
Yeah, the next one is going to be in partnership with the Black Women in Business extravaganza at the Crown Plaza.
November 17th?
November. It's the Sunday because it's a 3-day conference.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be that 19th. Okay. It's going to be a gospel brunch, and we're going to have praise dancers. We have contemporary gospel. We have traditional gospel, and I'm going to be doing a special acoustic set.
What? I can't miss this. I need this in my calendar ASAP.
Yes, on November 19th. The tickets are only $25. And you get a full brunch from 9 to 3. Okay. Plus, it's packed with gospel music.
Oh, wow.
So you do not want to miss it.
You just sold that event.
Yes.
Hello, I hope you're getting everything and more with that event. Awesome. So then the next thing that you do have coming up is actually September 30th, correct?
September 30th, I'm going to be doing Brandon's open mic. I forget the name of it.
Lyricist Lounge.
The Lyricist Lounge.
Yeah, hey,
so
I got you.
It's not my event, but I will be there in the house doing my first spoken word performance, I guess.
Wait, so we're adding poetry to one of our titles?
Yeah, so you can say poet on the end of that.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so I've been working on this piece called Forbidden Fruit, and that's going to be the title of my first full-length album to release next year. It's going to be Forbidden Fruit. So Forbidden Fruit, that concept, it just talks about the desire to be independent from God and how that can, cause so many other things. And it's a human thing to want to be independent of God. And so how do we battle that forbidden fruit?
That's deep.
Yeah. Because, you know, everybody knows the story of Adam and Eve.
Right.
And so if you really study it, you'll figure out, like, or start questioning, well, why was it that Eve wanted to eat this fruit? They got everything they want. No worries in the world.
So why would she have this fruit?
Why would she have this desire to
Monet, can you answer the question? Why? I want to know.
It's just something human.
Right.
You know, everybody has
We're
that
always
same
curious.
desire.
Yeah,
you
we're
always want what you can't have. If somebody
That's
says
true.
you can't have it, then you want it now. And
Isn't that crazy how that
yeah.
works for us? That could be like in relationships. That could be when you're at the
Yes,
grocery
there
store.
you go.
You thought you wanted that last case of water. You came back and the aisle is gone, and you calling every manager over. Excuse me, there was a case here. I need it. Where is it at?
Yes.
Why do we do that?
exactly.
Why don't we just take advantage of stuff when it's there?
It's something deep in your heart, in your being, that you can't explain. It's just, you know,
It's forbidden fruit.
it's forbidden fruit. There you go.
Okay.
Boom. You got
And
it.
then October 28th, you have For Nina, which I love. Nina.
Yes, it's For Nina, Love Monet. It's going to be my tribute to my number one musical inspiration, who is Nina Simone, the one and only. I even named my foundation after her classic line in For Women, "My name is Peaches."
That
And-
is where it came from.
Well, kind of.
Okay. Okay.
My dog is named Peaches as well. So it's. I am a fan, okay?
Monet, only
I
you.
know, I am a fan. And the reason why I use Peaches, because I don't know if we have time to tell the whole story, but
We do. We have
we have some time?
Yes, we do
Okay.
have some time.
Well, I will tell the whole story then. So when I was in college, I was probably about 20 years old. I was pregnant, and I decided not to have the baby.
Okay.
And so when I went to the clinic, they showed you on the screen the heartbeat.
Oh, wow.
And so I don't know if it's a ploy to kind of get you to change your mind, but, you know, it's so cold to see a black and white image with, you know, something pumping.
Right.
And so, you know, eventually I just decided, you know, I don't think this is the right thing for me. This is not the right person for me. So, you know, we'll just go through with it. And at that time, it was more of a disconnect of emotion.
Okay.
And so it was kind of packed away somewhere. And then I met my husband shortly thereafter, probably about a month after I had the abortion. And I didn't know he was going to be my husband at that time. But we dated for about 3 years, and then we got married right after I graduated college. And so we tried to have children for years. We went through 2 in vitro cycles.
Oh, wow.
And it's expensive for one, and it is very taxing.
On the body?
On the body, your emotions. Because if you don't get the shots at a certain time and, you know, every day and take the right pills and all that. And, you know, one time the pharmacy was closed, and so I couldn't get the medicine that I needed. Luckily, the nurse, she was able to come to my house after I broke down.
Oh, my goodness. How old were you at this time when your experience? I know you said it's after college.
Yeah, this was when we were doing the in vitro. I was probably 27, maybe.
27, okay.
Maybe or so. I don't remember. It all blurs
Goes together.
But, you know, I had Peaches, my dog. And Peaches is so loving. And she helped me through a lot of things. And so I took her to the vet one time, and the vet tech held her close. And she said, "Oh, she's so sweet. Does she have a heart murmur?" And I said, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can feel her heart murmur." And I was like, "Oh, let me see." I was like, I never noticed that she has a unique heartbeat.
Oh, wow.
And because when I was sick, I used to hold her close to me, and that heartbeat would keep me calm. And so her heart murmur made me want to name my foundation after her and after my musical inspiration, Nina Simone's song, For Women.
That's so full circle.
And so that's why my hashtag is Murmur Peaches, because every time I see that hashtag, it's almost like the uniqueness of Peach's heartbeat.
Aww.
So
Monet, that is like way too much for me right now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it goes back into the mission of the foundation about unique music, original music, as unique as Peach's heartbeat.
That is super inspirational.
Yeah.
I hope that people, no, seriously, I hope that people like use that story to kind of figure out their journey.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people don't know that they're giving clues along the way and they just don't pay any attention to them.
Right.
It's like, why even care?
It all happens for a reason. I truly believe that.
Right. Because your idol, your dog, you know, your
My
baby.
husband,
everything comes together and it's all like a full package and it makes you into the unique person that you are today. So how, for you, you have a million things going on, first of all. We just went over like 4 events. I even got an event mixed up from last week.
I didn't even tell you everything.
Oh, gosh.
So I am working on a book as well.
Okay.
And it's going to be benefiting the foundation.
All right.
So I developed a software app.
Okay.
That is called Souped. And it's basically a social game that you can play with people that you know. So how it goes is you create code names for people in your phone. And you can put them in different groups or agencies is what I call them.
So you're you're like a tech genius too. So you're a poet, a producer, a songwriter. You own a nonprofit organization. And now you're making apps. CJ, who is my producer, she's coming for your job. CJ got like 55 apps in the making right now. And I know he probably perked up. App? What?
Yes,
how can we collab?
Yes.
So you said it's basically kind of a way to communicate with people in your phone. You give them code names.
You give them code names and then you send them an invite to guess what you call them in your phone.
Oh my gosh.
And so, for instance, I have a My Life at Work list, and those are the people that I work with.
Okay.
And so, one name is Sprinkles, one name is No Drama Mama, one name is Hey Get to Work, one is I Said No Beef Bitch.
Oh my goodness. This is a PG-13 show, Monet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't say that on the air. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
But, yeah, so they know what their name is now because I told them about the game.
Right.
But it would be cool to, once they figure out what their name is, I change all the names and we play again.
No, that's really cool because there's people that work at my job that don't even know I got names for them, and I'm not trying to create no type of list for them to even guess what their name is.
Well, it's not to be hurtful. It was just to be fun.
Absolutely not. And it's all fun in my head, Monet. You have to understand.
It was just to be fun, and you don't have to send them an invite to play. You can just for your own amusement, because when they call you, the name shows up.
Oh,
and
my
if you
goodness.
get an email from them, the name shows up. And so it's for your own amusement.
Okay, because I'm I can be petty sometimes, so I might not need to play that game. But, okay, so to me, you have a million things going on.
Yeah.
And how do you keep striving and keep going and come up with these ideas and just stay on top of everything that you're doing? Like, how do you stay organized? So first, how do you come up with it? Second, how do you stay, like, organized and keep everything, like, together?
So everything that I do usually has a story to go along with it.
Okay.
So it helps me remember to do things. It helps to inspire me to do other things. For instance, I'm a list person. I like to list things. How do you list your stuff? On paper, in your phone? Usually on my phone. I'm an Apple fanatic, so they have this thing called Notes.
Oh, notes. Yeah.
And you just pull it up and it saves it. It syncs it to your laptop. It syncs it to your phone.
Okay.
So I could start a note on my phone and then pull it up on my laptop. I can copy and paste.
Do you organize your notes? Like, say, for instance, you have a list for your app that you have. Is it labeled like app?
Usually I put the title of what it is, and then everything that's associated with that goes in that one note.
Got it. Okay. All right. So that's how you keep up with the ideas, and you come up with the ideas.
Yeah, I come up with ideas all day, every day, but, only certain ones actually get executed.
All right. Why do you think a lot of people struggle with what we were talking about earlier with the action? Do you think they're afraid of taking action on dreams and passions that they might want to follow?
I don't think it's a thing of fear. I think they haven't found their niche yet.
Okay.
And they haven't found the right team of people that can encourage them and support them, not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually. All of that is important for you to achieve your dreams.
Do you think you have to have a team, or you can do it all by yourself?
You cannot do it by yourself.
What, Monet? Say that again?
You cannot do it by yourself.
You need a what? A team.
You need a team.
Right. And you need positive people around.
Positive
You need
people,
positive
yes.
energy. If there's somebody that's in your circle that you're thinking about, like, maybe not talking to as much anymore because they're always negative Nancy every time you have an idea, chances are you should probably keep your distance.
Yes.
Please do not feel like you have to be loyal to people because they've been in your life forever, but they bring drama and negativity. Like, it's all about growing. Some people have a season. Some people have a reason. And that's just that. I think when you get into, the later part of your life, you start to realize, like, I don't have to have everybody around. Everybody does not have to be my friend. Right. Everybody does not have to be in my circle.
I prefer to only have one friend, but I may have 1.5 friends.
Oh, my goodness. What's your 1.5? Oh, my goodness.
Well, I mean, close friends. I have friends.
Right.
I used to have over 1,400 Facebook friends.
Right.
But, at one point, I was getting stalked online.
Oh, goodness.
And so I deleted everybody.
Okay.
And I did get some phone calls and text messages. Monet, what's going on?
Oh, my goodness. So, Monet, I was going to kind of push into this topic. So, social media. Yes. How do you think social media has impacted us over time? Because when we were in high school, we didn't have a Facebook. We didn't have an Instagram. None of that came about until college.
Yes.
So think about, like, growing up in today's world where you have to be, this bubbly person in person, and you have to be this person online as well. Like, it never stops.
Right.
When you used to leave school, you could go home and it's like, now it's like,
now it can be me.
Yeah, it can be anything. So how do you personally deal with social media, being that you have all these titles and you have a lot going on? And how do you deal with people when they come at you on social media? Because that happened to you as a prime example.
It happened to me. It happened in real life as well. I have a falling out with a few people, and they decided that, it's time to attack Monet what she got going on. But, I just stay true to myself. I just keep doing what I do best, is being Monet.
Absolutely.
And people that know me already know the deal.
Right.
And that's true. If you come for me, be prepared.
Okay.
Be prepared. Monet has documented, witnessed all kind of stuff. So if you really think that I don't have all my I's dotted and T's crossed,
you got another thing coming.
You got another thing coming.
You know what's crazy, though, is that I had just moved back around the time that I got an invite from whoever was doing that on your social media. And even though me and you don't, we don't talk every day, we don't talk a whole bunch, I automatically knew, this
always sound like her.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like her. This is clearly not her. And somebody clearly has way too much time on their hands.
Too much time.
So,
and I'm thinking, have I arrived? I mean,
you have, honey. If I can give you a high five from
where somebody, put that much effort into creating a whole page dedicated to me.
Listen, straight to the camera. If you are creating pages of other people that already have a page on social media, chances are you have not found your passion. You hear it from me right now.
Yes, and I approve that message.
Yes, thank you. So let's move on to something positive. So for you, what keeps you going? Like, what books are you reading? Do you have a schedule that you stick to? Anything like that? Anything that has influenced you? Like,
well, I just bought a book.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, I have a couple of books on my plate here.
Okay, don't miss the microphone.
Oh, sorry. One sec. I want to.
While Monet is looking for her book, make sure to follow her at Monet Miller on Instagram, and then she also has.
There we go.
Her nonprofit, but here's the book.
Captivology, baby.
Okay, who is this by?
This is by Ben Parr.
Okay.
And this is the science of capturing people's attention. So
awesome.
This is awesome when you're trying to capture people's attention in the little 30-second video, you know, or now it's even less than that now. It's
right,
like
you don't have time at
10
all.
10 seconds to capture people's attention.
Right.
Boom, right here. And then today I went to a Mission Driven conference, and the keynote speaker, y'all, was a black woman.
Oh, wow.
When a room full of white people.
Won't he do it?
Yes. The keynote and her website, or she's the CEO of happyblackwoman.com. And she wrote a book, How to Become a Nonprofit Rock Star.
And what's her name?
Her name is Rosetta Thurman.
Awesome.
And
definitely want to pick that up.
She wrote in the note here, to Monet and Peaches, wishing you all the best in your career.
So now Monet's bragging. I wasn't at the conference. I did not get to meet her. I don't think it's fair, but hey.
You could have came.
No, hey, look, I understand.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to reading this book because I want to get my nonprofit going, and nothing's going to stop me.
I love it. Anything that you have read in the past that encouraged you or inspired you in any way whatsoever?
Yeah, in the past, I would say there's a book called The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks.
Oh my gosh, this is so full circle. Seriously. I just watched the movie or, / documentary that they have on HBO. I did not know anything about this woman. I just said, Oprah. I see a title, it must be important because Oprah to me only does things that are inspiring, that move other people.
Yes.
It's a wonderful story. I mean, like basically, and you're in,
I'm in research.
This is your life. You're in this kind of research. So for me, it's like crazy to see how many diseases they've cured based on this African American woman's cells. And her family didn't benefit from it at all. Yeah, her family didn't benefit from it at all. But this author that was driven to write a book just about her as a person is kind of like uncovered all of this stuff, and it made it more of a national thing where people actually have a name to these cells or like a picture of a person to these cells because they were trying to give it a code name and everything.
Yeah, and it has to do with like regulations in healthcare as well because of HIPAA things. If you publicize people's names and it's associating them to their health conditions, it's really taboo.
Right.
Which is why it took so long to release her story.
Why did that story inspire you?
Because I love the story of legacy. Okay. So this goes back to the purpose of my foundation is, promoting originality, providing a platform, because people like Nina Simone, Jill Scott, India Arie, they are legends to me.
Yes, they are.
And to others as well. And what makes them legends is the fact that, just like Henrietta Lacks, her cells are being used over and over again. They are inspiring people over and over again. Generations to come will still be talking about Nina Simone, her 4 women, Centerman. All of that stuff will still be taught in schools, and children who weren't even thought of, at the time will know about Nina Simone and what she did for civil rights, women's rights. All of that stuff is history. And
it's important for us to know about these things because a lot of stuff gets lost. It gets lost, and I know that I'm not, that we're not like, you know, hundreds and thousands of years old yet, Monet. But sometimes
I am so old.
No, you're not. But sometimes when we're talking, sometimes I'm talking to the, you know, the younger generation, and I bring up certain names. They're like, "Who is that again?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
yes.
do Google it. Do something." So, what's the best advice that someone has ever given you? Someone that was older, or maybe you felt like they were wise.
I would say my grandmother. Mm-hmm. She is the smartest person I know. She was the inspiration behind the app, Souped.
Oh, wow.
I was having a bad day, and I decided to play a game with my grandma. I texted her, and I said, "Hey, Grandma, do you want to play a word game?" And so she's like, "Sure, how do I play?" And so I was saying, "Well, I'm going to say a word, and then you say a word." And then I would say, give her an example. So if I say, you know, apple, you can say apple soup.
Got it.
So this word game went on for a while until I finally said what was wrong with me. And she said, "You have to live life to its fullest."
Aww.
And I said, "Okay, thank you, Grandma, game over." And then, of course, she said, "Who won?"
Like a real grandmother would.
I was like, "Of course, you always win, Grandma."
Yeah, especially with that wisdom. You can't let her lose with that wisdom. So,
oh, yes.
Monet Miller, in a
Yes.
perfect world, where would you be 5 years from now? Where are you?
Oh, God. This is how I would look at this.
Mm-hmm.
I have achieved everything that I want to this point.
Okay.
And I can't answer where I would be or where I would want to be in 5 years. I would say I would want to be doing what I'm doing now, because I'm doing what I want to be doing in this moment.
You know what's crazy is that means that you are living life to its fullest potential. If you don't have anything else on your list at this moment, at this time, at 7:18 Central Standard Time.
I have to keep setting more goals for myself, because every time I set a goal, it's done and gone with before I can even get a chance to write it down.
All right, Diddy. All right. P. Diddy here, a.k.a. Monet Miller. Any tips that you would give a future mogul or someone that's just trying to get to where you are in life?
Yeah, I would say spend some time, alone time, with either through meditation or prayer or whatever.
Say it
you
again,
want to do.
Monet.
Yeah,
meditation.
Spend some meditation time.
Our prayer.
Or prayer, whatever you want to call it. It's basically to get in tune with you.
Right, absolutely.
What makes you happy, what makes you upset. So that way you can communicate to others that are around you, like, "Hey, I don't like that," or "I love that, give me some more," you know. And a lot of times when you're young, you don't know what you like, so you try things, you do stupid stuff. But as you mature, you know, I won't say older, because not older is not necessarily mature.
Yeah, mature. Yeah.
But as you mature in the aspect of knowing yourself and knowing what you like and don't like, you will find your niche in society. And whether it is one of your goals to be the next, you know, millionaire or the next Beyonce or whatever it is, let that be your goal, and don't let anybody deter you from that path that you have set, or that God has set for you. So that's what I would say.
Some wise words from Miss Monet Miller. Well, thank you for being on Miles to Mogul.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. And then how can people keep up with you?
I am all over the internet.
Okay, perfect.
So it's easy to stalk me, because anything and everything that I be doing is online somewhere. You can just type my name in, or, you know, a lot of my handles are just my name, Monet Miller. My foundation, though, is going to be Murmur Peaches.
Murmur Peaches. Okay. Thank you, Monet.
Yes.
And make sure you guys follow me at Miles to Mogul on Instagram and go to milestomogul.com for any up and coming information on guests that I might have on the show. And if you want to be a guest on the show, hit me up at milestomogul.com. And thank you for watching.
Thank you.
No problem.